of my love life. I mean, that's the, that's that there was the she's got the rhythm, and see, I've got the blues. That's the way that is. So that's the story of the love life. John, it's almost time for swap and shop, but Jaslyn is on special assignment today. You were on special assignment yesterday,
Well, I was.
and now Jaslyn is on special assignment today. I'm trying to figure out where the special assignments are, and how do I get one? I want one. Yeah.
Stan, let me. My interpreter was back this morning at 4 o'clock.
That she wasn't there at 4 o'clock, was
She
she?
was.
The interpreter came back at
Yeah.
4. I met the interpreter yesterday, and I had a ball. We ate together,
Yeah.
so she's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was, and that's all I have to say about that. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
Ashley's just looking at me like, all right. At 4 o'clock this morning, John,
At 4 o'clock, they finished up the job.
at your house.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I enjoyed lunch yesterday. You are a good man, and I want everybody to know how good John Hubbard is. He got some folks working on his house, and they're delightful folks, good, hard working people.
They're the hardest working people
And
I ever seen.
Yes,
Sun don't make no difference for them.
they just keep working,
Just
and
keep-
so
And lay around.
well at lunch, yes. Obviously, it was barbecue chicken lunch and yesterday, and so it was. And the interpreter made. I don't know why we keep calling her interpreter, but anyway, but she made some sides, and
Yeah.
and had drinks. But it was really really good lunch. And John, they're doing a great job on your house. I am amazed at how fast they are working and getting the job done. They obviously know what they're doing.
They
So-
going to another job.
and Zach Brady is the one that kind of helped head that up, and he's doing a good job. North Georgia roofing and gutters.
They are for real.
Yeah, North Georgia roofing and gutters.
They are for real.
And
they did me a good job.
so, and John was. I don't know how many people will actually feed an entire crew, but John Hubbard did it yesterday.
Yes.
So that was awesome. So that is good. Well, let's start the swap and shop. Now that we don't have Jaslyn, we are putting Ashley as our producer of the day. So, Ashley, are you willing to accept this responsibility?
Sure,
You're,
sure.
you're now responsible for anything John or I say today. Yes, she said, no way. That that ain't happening. That ain't happening. All right, here we go. Let's do it. It is your Thursday edition, the day before game day, if you will. What? Of Swap and Shop. It's 8:19, and it is time now to start the Swap and Shop. 706-283-1400. That is the number to buy, sell, trade, or swap. When you don't call, we could be chatting, and that chatting could happen with my friend, your friend, the governor of gospel music, Mr. John Henry Hubbard.
Good morning, getting dry again. You know, it's good that we don't have a choice of making the weather like we want it.
Well, I'm liking the cooler feel of right now. As a matter of fact, me and you were sitting on the porch, and John, that moment, like I said, I don't want to go in because it feels so good out here. I mean, it's just, and I don't know
Yeah.
what it's like to be retired,
You
but
know-
I would think it's like sitting on that porch and enjoying that morning.
You know, Ashley didn't tell us it was ready. Now, Kelly would have said, y'all come on in, it's time.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are grown.
Ooh, the producer is producing by saying, y'all are grown. Y'all know what to do. I have no comment to that. She's like, y'all grown? Okay. I'm going to tell you what, though, rocking on that porch, John, that to me is retirement. I mean, that's what it would be like.
Yeah.
Swap and Shop, you are on the air.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm looking for a 2014 and above double wide that someone wants to have moved off their property. And if anyone have one, got one out there, give me a call at 706-540-6319. 706-540-6319.
Regardless of what condition or what shape it in or what.
Just as long as it's 2014 and above, it doesn't matter.
2014 or newer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Our newer, that's
Or
it.
newer.
Repeat that number one more time for me.
Go ahead.
Can you repeat that number one more time?
706-540-6319.
Are you willing to pay anything
Within reason.
John, you trying to make her? John, are you trying to make her pay a bigger price? I mean, she's trying to find a deal, and then John's like, well, how many millions are you willing to pay? I mean, hopefully there'll be
I feel like this.
Hopefully
if someone's got one, they can give me a call and we can negotiate.
All right.
Okay.
Well, hopefully there'll be a great deal for you out there, and that somebody will call and have the right price that will fit your budget.
Okay.
So
That would be excellent, and we'll have it towed away, no problem. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Y'all have a good morning.
Thank you. You too. Have a great day. All
Bye-bye.
right. Hopefully there's a double wide out there ready to sell, and we can get it to that nice lady. All right, here we go. We got birthdays, so let's go right here to the birthdays. Happy birthday today goes out to, as I get this, there we go, Mr. Gary Warrenfelt. Gary Warrenfelt, an Albertonian, and having a birthday. Adrian Dickerson celebrates today. Happy birthday, Adrian. Let's see, Joe Harkins, Matt Bruce, Jamie Santiago, and it is Jennifer Mills, Galen Mills' daughter, Jennifer Mills Rayner's birthday. Jennifer, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So happy birthday to everyone from your friends here at WSGC Radio. We hope you all have a wonderful day today. Happy birthday.
You know, I had two visitors yesterday.
Yeah?
Rock Evans came out. He's out again. He's out.
He's out?
Yeah.
What was he in for? We were
he was
we were
sick.
at the sheriff's department. I didn't see him over there.
He was
yesterday.
sick last week.
Oh, you meant he was out from being sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Steve Osby.
Steve? He's not sick, is he?
Pastor, I don't know whether Steve's going to be all right with Pastor Kevin or not.
Why's that?
He been in church a day or two.
Now, I thought he's been to other churches.
No, well, he might have been to other churches.
John, why are you trying to get into Steve's business?
I ain't trying to get
gosh.
into Steve's lawn cutting business.
But I think Steve does things for other churches.
Is that right?
I think so. Steve, we worried about you and we miss you at Rock Branch. Give us a call. What about that?
Well, he said he was at Newburgh on Sunday afternoon. His kid's son.
Oh, see, that's what John. He's got his
well,
kids at a church.
Yeah, but
Oh,
he didn't.
I mean,
he didn't come to Rock Branch. That's the
You feel like he needs to be at Rock Branch
first.
So he's got to choose Rock Branch Baptist at number 1 time slot.
Yeah.
And then other church are secondary.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to tell him that. But
that's what.
But if he's getting his kids to church, that's the number one thing.
That's what Pastor Kevin would tell him.
You think? I tell you what. One day we're gonna have Pastor Kevin. Tell.
Oh, that's
where did Jarvis go? Oh, he's coming over here. Okay.
Oh.
So look at this, John. I tell you what. We'll have Steve and we'll have Pastor Kevin come. But right now, I want to get Mr. Wheeler and John Jarvis into the. I don't know how to. What is John's official title now?
Retiree. It ain't
no, he's got a tag. Hold on, but I can't read it.
I am filling in right now for Dr. Kurtz left our district, and this summer he had an opportunity that he could not turn down, and we're very happy for him. And so Mr. Wheeler and I talked, and I was grateful that he's allowed me to fill in this fall.
So you're assistant superintendent.
I'm sort of like the interacting assistant superintendent right now.
We pulled him back in.
Yeah. But we'll let Mr. Wheeler talk.
I know he couldn't stay away.
No, he can't stay away.
Look,
whatever his title is, I'm not sure we can say all those things on the radio, but
yeah.
we're grateful to have Mr. Jarvis because he knows the community and gets stuff's done, and is a great person to have.
And Mr. Wheeler, let's be honest. If a blade needs to be changed on a lawnmower, there's no better friend than this guy right here to help you figure that out.
Well, I want to tell you one thing, Mr. Wheeler. You evidently hadn't been here as long as you should have. But if you got
he married an Elberton woman.
If you got the Java's name on your site, you all right.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm very fortunate and honored that that Mr. Wheeler has allowed me to come back and work and do something that I love. I've enjoyed retirement, and I'm still retired, but I am helping out. And like I said, it's a blessing to get to work with this school district and this community.
It is a lot of fun, and we're doing some great things. And want to continue those great things, but I wanted to talk today a little bit about taxes. Everybody loves to talk about taxes.
I love taxes, Mr. Wheeler.
I'm glad you do, Stan.
When they're low,
we'll just turn it on over to you. A lot of us saw in the newspaper or on the radio, we are having some tax hearings coming up. But wanted to kind of give us the real brief version of what's going on. There is a slight increase in taxes, but for the record, me nor John appraise anybody's houses in this county. That is not what we do. That is the tax commissioner's office. Everything's gone up, including the value of some property. So we get Keith Martin to calculate a rollback rate, and it's about, let's see, it's 0.128 points where our rollback rate would be. And I'd love to roll that on back. It's about $110,000 countywide we're talking about. But if we roll back, we lose equalization. So let me talk a little bit about what equalization is. The state of Georgia kind of takes all the districts in the state, ranks them by wealth per student. It's kind of by weighted FTE, and we're around 111 to 117, somewhere in that neighborhood. And they give us some money to help catch us up to the middle. So all the districts in the state, regardless of where you are kind of getting about the same amount of money per kid. They put a cap on our millage rate at 14. So if we drop below 14 mills, we forfeit that equalization. That equalization coming this year is about $3.1 million. So we roll back below 14, we're handing back $3.1 million. And that just doesn't seem like a good thing for us to be doing.
No, it is.
I mean, we're giving back $100,000, losing 3.1.
So in other words, if we roll back that 100,000 and we lose 3.1, we need that $3 million to operate the school district. Our only option then is you have to look at your millage rate of raising it above 14, but then we get the money back. So we as a school district cannot not accept this. We've got to keep it at 14. Now the state legislature last year had it come before the state about looking at this, whether counties can roll back below 14 and still get equalization, but that did not pass. So the school district, we're not raising taxes. We're just keeping steady at 14 mills. And with the tax digest we just received, it did say that will increase by like $110,000 for the school district. But we cannot afford to roll that back and lose that 110, then lose 3.1 million. And so that's why, we want to educate the community on what we're doing. And we're not just, taking the county taxpayer money and using it not toward the education of the students, and we're not trying to raise more money from the taxes. We have not raised taxes in a long time, but the last 2 years we've not been able to accept the rollback. But the previous 3 years, every year we roll back every year until we got to 14. But we are stuck on the 14 number because we cannot go below it. The school district cannot afford to lose
$3 million.
$3 million is the equivalent of just over 3 meals.
Yeah.
So we would
you'd have to go back up on the meals.
You would have to go back on them to offset that.
Yeah.
So
which would end up costing the local taxpayers
so when you talk about
in the long run.
That's what I was going to say. Mr. Wheeler, you mentioned nobody wants to see raised taxes, but that's what would happen in the following. If you roll back, then you'd have to.
That's right.
Add vote to increase the millage rate.
That's exactly right.
So, ouch. Wow.
So we're trying to give us the better end of the deal. I mean, and it really is when you look at all the numbers.
Hit us with the 100,000.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody sitting in this room are taxpayers, and no one wants to pay more taxes. taxes, and but ultimately, you know, we're following the guidelines we've been given by the state, and again, our local tax digest was given to us, and we don't evaluate property, and we don't determine what the taxes are, but we are, like I said, we don't have a choice but stay at the 14.00 mil. And if you look around surrounding counties, not many people are at the 14 mil that we've been. We have consistently taken less money than the counties around us over the years, and we've tried to work within the budget that we've been given. Even in 2008, 9, 10, when the recession hit, the school district, we furloughed. We went to a 4-day week. We cut out all local supplements for teachers, but we did not raise the millage rate. We figured out how to survive during that time, and so, and again, that's what we're trying to do now, is educate the community that we did not want to raise the taxes. We did not raise the taxes. We just cannot roll back and lose the $3 million the state has given us.
Mr. Jarvis, I want you to say to me, what do you mean about 4 days a week?
In what 2010, 2011, or 2011 and 12, the school district.
It was a 4-day.
We went to a 4-day school week to save money because of operational cost and some other cost, and we did not go to school on Mondays.
So we're not on 4 days.
No, we're not on 4-day week now. So when we consolidated.
I may want to make sure we get that.
No, we're not on a 4-day week, and we're not considering a 4-day week. But I just wanted to say that back, 10, 12 years ago, we looked at every option we could to save money, so we did not raise taxes during the recession, and we did not raise taxes during the recession. And again, our board takes great pride that that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to operate within the money that's given by the taxpayers over at county, and the money that's given through the state of Georgia through QBE funding. So,
yeah, and during that recession, and I wasn't here, John, so you can probably speak more to it, but it did put us a little bit behind on some of our facility maintenance, our transportation maintenance, and we were really worried when we first kind of came out with COVID, and they were talking about the budgets being slashed, and they ended up,
that's right,
passing out a good bit of money. And I think Mr. Jarvis and the board did a fantastic job of using that money wisely, being able to offset some cost, which allowed us to kind of get Beaver Dam going, into our new primary school. That has allowed us to get 10 classrooms added on to our elementary school. It's got us back on track with buses. I think we bought 26 buses since 2020, because we had an older bus fleet.
We did. We went about 5 to 7 years, and we only purchased a bus every couple of years. I mean, we were really getting. At one point, over half our fleet was 15 years or older.
Wow. Mr. Jarvis, about how much one bus costs?
One bus in 2020 cost us $88,000. Now I'll let you guess, Mr. Hubbard, how much you think that same bus costs today?
About $140.
It's more than that. It's about $157,000, $158,000.
Right.
Wow,
double
in
one school
price.
bus.
For one school
in 5
bus.
years, it has doubled in price.
How in the world they expect you to do it for what they've been paying to do these kind of things? We got to transport these kids some way.
Yes, we do. The state has given us some money, so they'll help offset the cost of that bus. They definitely do not pay for a whole bus. They're giving us, I believe it's around $80,000, and they kind of let us have that. The last couple of years it's been like two or three
buses a year they give us. But if you buy a bus for $157 and the state gives you $80, that means we've got to come up with $80. Is roughly what we have to do.
Correct.
So if we buy 3 buses, and again, and they may only allot 2, but we bought 3, then again. But we have a Mr. Wheeler did a great job 3 or 4 years ago putting together a spreadsheet, and we put all our buses on it, and now we have a plan for the next 20 years, and we know how many buses we need to buy every year. And so far, we've been blessed to do it, to make sure that our fleet is top of the line, and every bus that we have has air conditioning on it. Even our reserve buses now all have air conditioning on them. So, we're one of the few school districts that can say that.
Yeah, and the goal.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, the goal with that is to kind of spread those costs off. Because what we ran into in 2020 is we bought 5 or 6, 7 buses in 1 year. We really don't want to have to do that all at one time. So our plan now is we buy 3 buses a year. I think it's every 4th year we buy 4 buses. That 4th year, and we can sustain that. We've done the same thing with technology in our district, with Chromebooks and then all the infrastructure. We've got that kind of spread out on some plans where we know what's coming, we can budget for what's coming, and spread that cost out where we're not getting hit all at one year with, holy cow, we got to fix everything and change everything at one time.
And I think it's a good plan. I mean, like a 20-year plan on buses is looking in the future. And, I mean, with the cost of doubling, and that's not just buses. That's just about anything you do. Anything you do.
Local bread. I never thought I'd pay $3.50 for a loaf of bread.
And look, this is just me talking, and I just want to say this because of so much feedback that I get, and this is and they're here. But I just want to say nobody wants to have increased taxes or increased things, but at the same time, when you're talking about an increase in a small amount that has a big benefit overall package, and it helps to keep our kids to school, educate our kids, and get the technology.
And let me say this, that we have not raised taxes. Like I said, the last 2 years we couldn't roll it back the full amount. So this year means another $110,000 coming to the school district. But we have consistently raised our salaries for all of our employees. This year, teachers got a $2,500 a year raise. The classified staff got a 4.1% raise. We are consistently, trying to match the other school districts in our school district, and also in some ways lead, because our bus drivers right now, the salaries for our bus drivers are more than most of the counties around us. So we have continually been able to give raises to our employees without raising taxes. So in other words, we have been rebudgeting things. We've cut some positions in order to, help our school district. But again, but we're not trying to take the money from the county taxpayers. We are trying to do this from within, what we've been given, and trying to, there's some things that we've been able to cut and put that money toward. But again, if we're not competitive with employees, we don't have people for our students, and that's a top priority every year. I think our budget, every year is around 87-88% goes into salaries, and but then we also, and I could be wrong about that, but that's what it used to be about 5-6 years ago. But again, I just wanted to.
That's the value of the education system.
So everything costs more, fuel costs more. And construction things cost more. Insurance has gone up. Just cybersecurity in the last 5 years has gone up tremendously, that everybody's got to have, because you cannot, you can't function without cybersecurity.
I want to ask you something, Mr. Jarvis. Now, do we have anything in our school district that makes money?
The store at the high school.
Well, one of the big topics locally in our community has been the school board, and yes, the school board costs $300.
We're not even talking.
No, it's a moneymaker. Wait a minute.
But let me tell you this: that sometimes this information hasn't been quite.
I'm glad we're talking
shared.
about this. Yeah.
So one of the reasons that we did the school board, and we talked about this at board meetings, is because of the athletic department can sell ads for the school board. So we have 20 sponsors. All the sponsors that are on the school board on Friday nights, and we encourage everyone to do business with these sponsors. But this has generated close to $100,000 a year for the next 3 years. So while the school board costs $349,000 to put in, the athletic department is already guaranteed close to $300,000 the next 3 years. And they will, in turn, 20% of that goes back to the board to pay their payment. They pay 20% each year to go back to pay the district back for the school board. And then they take the other 80% and they divide that up between all of the sports at the high school. So, and this money has generated $30,000 to $40,000 additional dollars, probably even closer to 50. I don't have those figures in my head, that we did not have. So this money is going to all athletics, and they're using this to buy uniforms, to buy things that they didn't have before. So while I do understand the community, has said a few times about, well, they spent $349,000, well, that was out of SPLOST. And just to let me say this, that our last SPLOST budget, we were able to do some things with some of the COVID money, which freed up this money. But again, we have invested in this thing that in turn can make money for athletics. And our hope and prayer someday is that, we're going to cut back on some of the
on
fundraisers,
some fundraisers and how
things,
we're also trying to
and
raise some money.
Yeah, and so our kids don't. It doesn't cost them as much. So while we're not in the business of making money, Mr. Hubbard or Governor Hubbard, we do have that one thing that does generate income or generate funding for our athletic program. And again, I realize the controversy around that, the school board, but that's ultimately what the decision was for.
And look, that's just 1% sales tax. Is just to simplify this, 1% sales tax is what paid for that scoreboard, and it was a project, and that was the project.
Yeah, so. And so everything in the last SPLOST that we said we were going to do, we have done, except for one thing, and that's the board office that we had talked about, redoing at Fallen Creek and all. And right now, we've put that on hold. We are focusing on what our kids need and the property. Exactly right.
I'd rather be putting that money directly towards our kids and for an office for us. So we're looking at our facilities school wise.
I want to ask you another thing, Mr. John. Now, all these people that's concerned about that, is board meetings openly?
Board meetings are open to the public. We have a work session on the second Tuesday night of every month, and we have the board official meeting on the third Monday of every month at the board office at 5:30. Those are our set times and meeting times.
Look, as a parent of a full-time parent of a kid in school, I want to say thank you to the school system because, Jake, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of the education he gets, of the opportunities that he has. I mean, he has had goals throughout his school and been able to attain those goals. He wanted to be a Raider, and he just became a Raider.
That's awesome.
And and I'm just thankful for such a good school system for him. And also, as y'all know, I'm big into sound. I love good sound. Well, the Granite Bowl got a brand new sound system with the Matrix board. Nobody talked about it except for me.
Everybody's talking about it. It's great.
But I love it, and I just want to say how awesome. And then I'm also a money man. And when you can put up a Matrix board for $350,000 and then about get $300,000 back in 3 years, winner, chicken dinner. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, with that board, the last thing I'll say about it is that was a way we could use SPLOST money to help some athletic stuff, because we are not allowed to use general fund money to buy uniforms. We are not allowed to do those things. So this project allowed us to generate some money that can help offset some of that cost. And again, as Mr. Jarvis said, hopefully lower that rate that we're having to do some fundraising around town.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity, and it's good for businesses to come on board and support.
And I'll say this, the radio station stepped up and became one of those 20 members, and we appreciate it. I mean, y'all are putting your money back into these kids in our community, and
that's what it's about.
And that's what it's about, and we really appreciate it. So,
look, I feel like it's a calling, and I knew quickly like this is a fit right here. And I'm going to tell both superintendent and assistant superintendent, all the soups in the room, I'm going to tell you how something can exponentially multiply. There was a young lady. We had already hired our which they're at a leadership conference today, both Stephanie and Jazz. And so they're at a leadership conference with school today. But so they're not here. But we ended up hiring somebody that got hired by the Matrix board. They end up coming here, so we're doing audio for the Matrix board.
Yeah.
Before I realized it, she had become a part of our crew, and now we have officially hired her, so she has 2 jobs.
Yeah.
She works for the Matrix. So, to me, that gave her another opportunity.
That's one of the things, too, with this Matrix board. This is the top-of-the-line digital programming, video, and state-of-the-art stuff that our kids in our high school are now learning and are doing. There's more things this board can do that didn't get seen Friday night, but we've got to train our students on how to do it. But they have been in school for 2 weeks. So we're at the initial stages of things that we can do. And I know Mr. Wheeler and I have already talked about, he came to me the other day with some ideas about how we can do some more community events in the Granite Bowl, because we now have this resource, not just sporting events, but what else can we do with the school to celebrate our students and celebrate the things in this community that we have. So
in graduation, I had heard everybody clapping, to a video. And then now, even though I'm here on a Friday night and having to listen in, it's so cool to get to see and the historical part that Mickey Palmer came back to do, which gave me chills. He hired me here. So so it's such a crazy thing. But I want to show you this too. Our website, WSGCradio.com. Now each week, whenever the students BDNN, Blue Devil News Network, we now have that on our feed here, and of course it's our audio with their video. So that collaboration has been cool. But now the Coaches Show is here too, and just look at the smile on Stewart. That says it all, right there, right there. That just happened to happen. And I just want to say, but that's like Stephanie working because of the Matrix board. I mean, these things are happening because of that technology.
One thing, Stan, I had you guy tell me yesterday that he watched the Blue Devils on television the weekend.
John,
he said
I had more positive calls.
I never.
Yes.
I didn't know that, and I got an opportunity.
I think people
to
hear.
find out how to do it.
I think people hear like one thing and think a lot, but they don't look at the whole big picture. And there's a lot of positive going on. And if you got to see, or you can go to our website right now, or even on Facebook, you can still find it and find those videos. Those were kid driven. I mean, Nat McCarty had a lot to do with it, but those were, and Miss Fuller and Greg Jarvis and different people. But those students are driving it.
90% of us in there were kind of got smart television in a way, and I understand that on Friday nights you might want to go to Granite Bowl, but you don't have to. You can watch it on television.
Well, come to the Granite Bowl.
I was going to say,
come to the Granite Bowl.
Now, Governor Hubbard, the more people that can come in and having a community event, and
we need that.
We need that. So we love it. The students, we all know Friday night didn't go our way, and but I will tell you now, the crowd. I actually went down to the scoreboard during halftime and got to look back at the stadium, and I'm telling you, it was a blessing. It was a blessing to see all the Elbert County people and Hart County people there, and it's good to be in one place on a Friday night and celebrate the band, the cheerleaders, and these football players that really put a lot of work and hard work in, starting in in the summer, and I hate if I left someone out, but again, the band, my goodness, they're practicing every day in 100-degree weather from 3 to 5. That is amazing, out there. And cheerleaders are practicing all the time, and even the BDNN staff. It's gone from 3 or 4 students to where there's about 10 kids in the production now on Friday nights of our things. And again, this is all about our students and what we can offer them at Elbert County to help prepare them to move into careers that they would love to do.
By the way, the video for BDN, I don't know what it was last year, but it's 4,000 views right now on here. So, and I don't know how many they normally had last year.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
I'm just so happy they came by today to explain the situation. Was you expecting them staying?
Huh? John, I can't say if I know or I didn't know that. Yeah, John, I spoke, but all John Jarvis says, and like I've known him forever. He says, "Stan, gonna come by tomorrow?" Like, yeah, dude, come on.
He's been coming by for the last 6.
Yep, we were sitting in his office yesterday and said, "Man, we need to get on the radio and talk about this."
And I love it, and I love that it's like
this. Most wonderful thing
it
that
is.
I think ever happened.
And when you want to talk about transparency, and it's awesome.
Because a whole lot of people didn't understand, and I hope they understand today.
Well, if they still have some questions about taxes and some other stuff, our tax hearings are next Thursday, August 29th at noon, and then again that same day at 6 o'clock p.m. These will all be at the board office in our staff development room. Then the following Thursday, September 5th at 12 o'clock in the afternoon as well. So those are our three meetings we have coming up.
Well, thank you, Mr. Wheeler, and thank you, John Jarvis, and just thank you for what y'all do. And John, when I simplify it, I think add 100,000, take away 100,000, it costs you $3 million. That's
right.
So when you simplify it, I mean that
I don't even have any kids going to school, and I'm proud to pay taxes.
Well, we have a great school system. We really do. We have wonderful facilities and great programs. And whether you're in band, whether you're in ROTC, whether you're in golf, tennis, volleyball, I mean, there's so many activities that you can plug into. And if parents, if you have a student that is not into something, let them find out what they enjoy and dig into it, because that just adds to the educational experience. And I do have a question that I'm going to ask the Soups, John. So I hope I don't get in trouble. Letterman jackets. No, I'm just kidding.
I've still got mine standing.
Yeah, I still got mine. Yeah.
Does it fit?
Mine still does.
Sean, I believe yours does.
Yeah,
I can believe that.
Does. I wear it proudly. So
I'm trying to think when the last time I saw you wear your Letterman jacket.
I'll put that thing on next time I come.
I would like it.
So.
Hey, was yours the year that it was blue gray swapped, or you know what I'm talking about?
I remember that, but mine is lighter navy than the ones are now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's not completely royal, but mine was a little bit lighter than it is now.
Did you know mine went missing, and I found out it was my son, Drew, took it. He took it to college for whatever reason. I guess they joked about it. I don't know. So he has it. He has 2 Letterman jackets, his and mine, and I guess it went to a great place.
Yeah.
I didn't really give it to him. He just took it. So, but it's all good.
Isn't that what our kids do?
Yeah,
so.
they. Yeah.
Yes,
well,
they do.
I go look for tools, and I'm like, "Where's this at?" And he says, "Dad, it's in my truck." And I was like, "And your truck's in Darien, Georgia." I can't just get to Darien, Georgia.
I bet you one thing, Pastor Kevin really is proud of y'all's today.
Yes. Well, look, I want to say this. Little Robert is calling this Superintendent Tuesday instead of Super Tuesday. And he says, thanks to John and Superintendent Wheeler for this great information, and thanks to Superintendent for Superintendent Tuesday. We'll change it.
This is
Thursday.
Oh.
This
Little
is
Robert. Little Robert.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Look, and I'm sitting here reading it. Little Robert. He wrote Tuesday. No, read what I read. Hold on, I did read it. All right. I guess speaking of education.
You can't pay no attention to him.
It's a great one. Thank you.
Anything he says.
He's thanking the superintendent for Tuesday. Little Robert Maddox.
Oh, for last year, what they do for?
I don't know. There must be something.
What y'all do for Little Robert last year?
Rotary. Did you speak at Rotary?
I did speak at Rotary. I'm trying to figure out what day today is.
Okay, Rotary.
I wasn't there last Tuesday.
Okay, you wasn't at Rotary.
Yeah, I mean, Robert's got a birthday coming up.
Yeah. Is Little Robert got a birthday?
He's got a birthday coming up.
It was
this
yesterday.
He's going to be at least 80.
I think he said it was going to be 14, but
Yeah.
I think a few folks thought he
Look,
was lying.
he's younger than us, but he's older in spirit, you know, so.
Wasn't his birthday yesterday?
It probably was.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
It wasn't yesterday.
Little Robert, when's your birthday and how old are you?
He's 40 years old.
Tomorrow the 23rd.
Tomorrow the 23rd.
Tomorrow.
That's it. And he'll be an old man. He'll be an old man.
What was I thinking?
I understand that he played and sung at Milton's Church Revival here this week.
Yes. Oh, he did a great job too. So, well, look, our Atlanta, we are just covered up in Atlanta listeners, and I love that. Atlanta, y'all may want to move to Elbert County to be a part of our school system. So come on. All right. Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. So that is Mr. Wheeler and John Jarvis, and we appreciate them coming by and sharing with us today. And John, that just shows the transparency that they have, and they're always easy to access and talk to at the board office, and we can't thank them enough for that time.
If I had any thought about what's going on, I'd be at the board meeting. If you are unhappy with the situation, that's where you need to be.
Well, and sometimes I feel like things just need understanding. You know, you just have to kind of look into it and figure it out. But they're open and ready to communicate. So, and I love that. So, thanks to them for their time for coming out. And also, John, we do have a few items on the Swap and Shop page, so we're going to try to get those out there. I want to do a big shout out to Big Cuts Lawn Service. Big Cuts Lawn Service, John. If you need your grass cut, weed eaten, yard clean.
Just any of them. He cut hedges. He do hedges. He do grass. He do weed eat. He do anything.
He says no job is too big or too small. So call Oglesby Lawn with Big Cuts Lawn Service at 706-988-6356. That's 706-988-6356. And we appreciate Big Steve for doing all that he does. We have a few Swap and Shop items, and let's take this call. And let's go to the phone lines. Swap and Shop, you're on the air.
Man, why do you want to mess up my fun morning?
What is it then, James?
I started out this morning, had a good shout out, gonna tell you about somewhere good to eat, and Now they done got on there talking about taxes and just turned everybody's stomach.
Oh, no. Well, that's not what it was about. It was to be transparent.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all check out your stand.
Yes.
I know you like good eating.
Oh, yes.
This is a tip for John. Sell a little advertising. Lake Hartwell Family Fun Center. Up on Depot Street.
I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Well,
Lake
last
Hartwell.
night was our first visit, and we'll definitely be back.
Now, you said Fun Center.
Yep, it's an arcade with good food.
An arcade?
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a great place for you and your son to go.
Well, I tell you what, I think that would be a good place to go and hang. Yeah.
You can tell you're a business owner.
Yeah.
These people have put their heart and soul in it. It's spotless. It's the cleanest restaurant I've ever been in. And I had the French dip, and it was, 2 people could eat it. It was off the chain. Teresa had a turkey, bacon, and avocado sandwich. Great place, great people. Y'all need to check it out. It's on Depot Street.
Right on Depot Street.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, I'll find a time, and they got an arcade and stuff, too,
Yep.
there. Okay.
John, go up there and sell some advertising.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I may try
Tell
to hit
them
up every
James
night.
Hall sent you.
Okay, was that James Hall sent me here?
Yep.
That's it. All right. Well, James, I appreciate you telling us about that.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. Well, see, now I'm in a dating mood, John. I want to find me a date and head to the arcade. Huh? What? What's wrong? What?
I hear you.
Look, what you do, John, you find you a kid date. That way, like, what, Jake's 15. Not dating for him, but I'm saying the kids go play the arcade and I eat. That's what I'm saying. All right.
Okay.
Let's go back to the phone line. Swap and Shop, you're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I sent you a message to ask them a question, sir.
I
you
did.
Didn't do it.
I did. It said something about letter jackets, so I said letter
You didn't
jacket.
ask them. No, you didn't read my message.
What did it say?
You did not ask them that question.
What
because
did
that's an important question.
We wasn't taking the questions, but what is it? You're on the air.
We couldn't call in. We couldn't call in to ask them questions, so I told you to do it.
What's the question though? I had a bunch of messages.
Well, it's too late now because you can't answer it.
Well, ask the question.
It was about the Letterman jacket, but you were talking about your Letterman jacket. That ain't what I text you.
What is my show? You want to buy the show?
No, but
okay.
Well, we can't call in.
Well, you're calling in now.
I text you. You should have asked my question.
I ain't worried about this. This is fun.
Bye.
I mean, come on. Womp, womp, womp. So did she ever ask the question?
No.
So she called in and said all that and took that time to say no question?
Yeah.
Then I say no more call. That's it. She can't call. I mean, that's it. I gave her all that time, and that's what she did. So, yeah, so Letterman jackets are a cool thing. Yeah. And, I still got mine, and I hope to get it back one day, but it's all good. I'm going to go through these messages since she said that, just to say, read some messages. Oh, here's one from Jazz, and it says, good morning. Me and my friend are listening. So Jazz is on the road. By the way, we are proud of Jazz and all that she's doing. Also, Kamari. He's representing today at Morehouse College, and he has the WSGC shirt on. So let them know, the best radio station in the world. And so here is Greg. Greg says, BDNN showed 3,900 views on Friday's game. And here's one from Daphne Hill. Will parents have to buy football players Letterman jackets? Is that what she was talking about?
Yeah, I guess.
She couldn't have just said that.
I don't know what's up.
Oh, my gosh. So that was her question is, would parents have to buy football player Letterman jackets? They actually answered kind of that by saying the different athletic departments will be getting money. So it'll be up to them, I guess, where it goes. We don't know. But she can ask. So, so now. That's all right. Hey, I did want to do this. Somebody is in search of a newer 2014 or newer double wide. Call 706-540-6319. That's 706-540-6319. And let's see. Somebody had the inboard boat and trailer, $1,500 or best offer. Call 706-461-5224. And a 1993, that Nissan pickup truck, only $900. 706-461-5224. Hey, thanks to the sponsors, Napa Auto Parts, Lake Russell Building Supply, Richard's Restaurant, A&R Auto Sales, Tri-County Chevrolet, American Pest Control, Capel Automotive Repair, and Evans Fix-It-Up Fences. Thank you to those sponsors and all sponsors for WSGC Radio. Hey, as we wrap up the hour, we had a request for Amazing Grace, and I can't think of a better day than to play a little Amazing Grace for everyone, just to have a great, great day. Let this song just resonate with you. Prayers for those. I know there's a lot of sickness going around, and then just a lot happening, and so just prayers for everyone and just lifting them up. I always love the Bill and Gloria Gaither video series, so that's kind of where this is going to come from. And this will be featuring Wintley Phipps doing Amazing Grace. So it'll be the Bill and Gloria Gaither. Y'all enjoy this. Smile till 10 o'clock. The rest of the day will take care of itself. Y'all have a great, great Thursday.